Hello, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are watching Daily Dive. It is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. I am your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. Producer Joe is behind the scenes in back-to-back Banditland, New York. And watching the show today is producer Daddy's daddy, Papa Jose. We appreciate him as well, a big Bandits fan. We are live on 12 on Sports via YouTube and X. Remember to subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel for other great shows. And, of course, live sports like another basketball game airing right now in addition to our show. Well, like I said, you're going to watch Lacrosse Talk Show first. On today's awesome show, I will overreact to the Albany FireWolves perhaps being One Direction, if you will. I'll get to that. New Year's resolutions for all teams for 2025. And, of course, a Tuesday tradition here, Fresh Fits. Hunter Smith, look who's back. Welcome back, sir. Without further ado, we want to first let you know that this show is presented by tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.numbers12lettersOZsports.com. Get your NLL tickets for less by going to that website, which includes every sport and all your favorite artist concerts, not to mention Broadway and theater. Tickets.12onsports.com. Our first segment is going to be me overreacting to the Albany FireWolves. Because much like a few rock bands or a few musical artists, the Albany FireWolves right now, could it be that they are a one-hit/one-year wonder? Albany for a few years now has been in the dumps. And then last year they had these rookies, these Alex Simmons, these Ty Kurtz. They drafted Dyson Williams, but he wasn't there just yet. And I infamously said they were going to win 3 games. Well, they didn't. They won a bunch and then made the finals, only to lose in 2 games to the Buffalo Bandits. This year, I, like many others, thought, hey, Albany's going to now take the next step. After all, adding Dyson Williams to this roster is not going to hurt things, right? Interesting. The team is now 1-3, and I told you guys yesterday, those 3 heartbreaking losses, like allowing comebacks to Calgary and the last game to Halifax, and 2 teams I think are not going to be very good, you have to win those games. Allowing those comebacks can be detrimental in a unified standings. Even though 8 teams make the playoffs, that's fine and dandy. It does not mean you're going to be one of the 8. Again, Doug Demerson is magnificent. But something is going on with Albany. And it could be nothing, but that's why this is even overreacts. Because we don't know if Albany FireWolves are going to get better. Hunter Smith says Albany will even out and make playoffs. All their losses are 1-goal games. Last year they won 6 straight wins and then lost to the playoffs. It'll be vice versa. We'll see. Again, Albany seems to be uber talented. They seem to have all the right pieces. But you cannot lose those games. If this was like the NBA with 82 games, or even like the NHL or the MLB with 162 games, those would be not bad at all. But it's like the NFL. Like in the NFL, there's like 17 games in a season. You can't afford to just keep on losing 1-score games, especially where you're just dominating teams in the first place. You have to close the deal. Maybe the teams have some film on Alex Simmons now, and I'm sure they do. But it is not a good look, the Albany FireWolves, to be 1-3. It's not an insurmountable hole to climb out of. It's certainly a hole. So it's possible. It's not probable, but it is possible. Albany was just a one-hit wonder. and they've still got more holes than we thought. And as I mentioned on yesterday's show, there's been Albany FireWolves fans who are kind of wondering about the lineups so far. We've seen the Philadelphia Wings. They've used Brandon O'Neill in spurts. Dyson Williams, for what it's worth, has not been great yet. And that's a problem. Alrighty. When we come back to this awesome show, we're going to get into every team's New Year's resolution for 2025. After it all, it is the last day of 2024. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DustPods or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is an audio-only podcast version of this show. Head over to Spotify and search Daily Dive, and you'll see what we're talking about. Actually, you'll hear what we're talking about because 12 Ounce Sports on YouTube is the place to watch the show. Alrighty. It is the last day of 2024, which means every NLL team has a resolution for 2025, whether they want to admit it or not. And I'll admit, this was an interesting topic to do because we just had a wish list. And unlike a wish list, a team can wish for something, but these are kind of like the current state of the team. What do they just need to change or improve on? Not necessarily a wish list, but things they think are attainable. Like a mood swing or something like that. So let's get into it. So we're going to go alphabetical order today. I'm going to go with the... Did I really do that? Hold on, folks. Alrighty, we're going to start off with the Albany FireWolves. And the Albany FireWolves, it is simple. Find out what works again. We just talked about it. They know they were really good last year. But find out what works and adapt to the changes of what these teams are doing. It's not a hard concept. Again, last year they really exceeded expectations. This year they've underachieved, and there's a fine line to walk, which I'm sure they can do. I have faith in them to do so. How about the Buffalo Bandits? This is actually a simple one as well. Make Sabres and Bills fans Bandits fans. Now, let's be honest, folks. The Sabres are not good, even though they're actually better than I thought they were because they're not actually last in the NHL like everyone thinks they are, but they're still not great. And the Buffalo Bills, we hope Josh Allen is the MVP, and they hope that the Bills can win the Super Bowl, but there's 32 teams in that league. Meanwhile, you got a team looking for a three-peat in the National Lacrosse League. You just convert those teams over to your squad. Or convert those fans over to your squad. Next up, the Calgary Roughnecks. Stop being jerks. It's just a mood thing, And it's another Del Bianco thing, but it's like, do we really need to hold on to this guy and just let him rot? Or is it kind of just us being a-holes? I think it's just that. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's a contract thing. I don't think they actually think he's going to come back. They're just being jerks, so that's fine. But come on, man. Do better, Calgary. How about Colorado? They're going to make sure the regular season matters. And again, some of these things, it's like, some people say I'm going to stop drinking or I'm going to stop smoking. It's like, to be fair, they don't sometimes work. So will Colorado take the regular season seriously? So far they have. They're also only 2-2 after a hot start. Ottawa Black Bears. Don't make Jeff Teats a one-man show. Even if you don't trade for anybody, that's such a drastic change. It's more of a wish list thing. But can they find a way to play team ball and not just let the ball die in one-man stick? Because he's got LeBron James syndrome. I said it before. He's got the thing where he wants to pass it more than he wants to shoot it, and sometimes you just want him to take the shot, but he doesn't do so. He's a nice guy. Next up, the Georgia Swarm. Their resolution is simply to keep it up, really. Just keep up the good work. Don't get complacent with the 4-0 start. 4-0 start. You're number one in the standings. Make it count. Next up, we've got the Halifax Thunderbirds. Their resolution is to be more mature. I'm not going to harp on this, but I mentioned these two names and you're going to know what I'm talking about. David Brock, who's now in Las Vegas, and Tyson Bell. Just be professional, And it can be done. It can be done. Next up, the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. I'll be honest, this one was tough, but hope that your defense can support Landon Kells. I've been a Landon Kells truther / skeptic the last few weeks, and rightfully so. But it does make sense that Las Vegas probably has a bad defense in front of Kells as well. Because Kells can get hot. All these 14 goalies in the league, they're not all great, but they're also not, I don't think any of them are terrible. So I think, support your boy Landon Kells. It's not a hard thing to do. Could be worse. Ottawa Black Bears, we already did them. How about the Philadelphia Wings? Keep on dressing well, but a simple fix. Post your fresh fits, as you'll see in the next segment. They didn't do it, and I don't know what's been going on this year. I've gotten more fresh fits from their players than I have the actual team. Whatever, who cares? Rochester Nighthawks. Don't let the vibes get too low. I know you guys always, when Rochester plays a good team, they look soft, they fall flat on their face, and it's like, But being swept by the Bandits has got to kill them, right? Don't let it happen. Keep improving. Realize it's a long season. Hope the Bandits are peaking early, like I said yesterday, and you should be fine. Rochester, you've got the arena extension. Just keep it up, man. Don't let the vibes get too low. Pat Gregoire said, by the way, NLL TSM may or may not have done the segment for all the Canadian teams at halftime. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? We have this plan, Mr. Gregoire. That's a great point, though. Oh, wow. Next up, the Saskatchewan Rush. Fill the barn like the good old days. And I'm not sure, I don't have the answers to how that works. One of the things maybe to keep winning, you guys are like, 2 or 3-1 right now for the Rush? That's a good start. It's nowhere near what it used to be in Edmonton or even the early days of Saskatchewan. But find a way to fill the barn. I don't think it's that hard, but it's a task nonetheless. San Diego Seals. Put the West Coast on the map. I'm going to name these teams to you. Tell me if any of them matter to you. Vancouver Warriors. San Diego Seals. Saskatchewan Rush. Calgary Roughnecks. I mean, that doesn't count now. Panther City Lacrosse Club. Las Vegas Underdogs. Seals might be the best one there right now, and we don't even know if they're that great right now. So, I'm just saying. Put the West Coast on the map, Seals. Toronto Rock. Find some motivation. It's hard losing to Buffalo every single year. It's even harder to want to get better this year when Buffalo looks the way they do, and then you're injured to pieces. So just hope, really not hope, but just find some motivation to want to get better. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Producer Joe is doing multiple things behind the scenes, not just tickers. And finally, Vancouver Warriors. Embrace the future. Again, these are not, super big deals. They're just things that, they can work on. None of this is like the level of quit smoking, but just teams can work on these things, and I think they're attainable. Again, for the Vancouver Warriors, embrace the future. Swallow up whatever Kurt Milosky is teaching you. Keep building on it. And you too can be above average once again for Vancouver. That's mean. All right. Hey, it is the last day of 2024. Thankfully, some teams posted fresh fits, and we'll also get to the snubs as well. Don't go anywhere. Tuesday tradition is big next. It's style time.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water. Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
What up, everybody? It's producer Joe, the baddest daddy in producing history, here to tell you all about the baddest, daddiest merch store. Go to the link tree in the bios of either our IG or Twitter, and from there you can access merch for the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. I repeat, the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. We got hoodies for when your girl comes over and wants to cuddle. Just don't let her take it when she leaves. How about a Baddest Daddy cap for when you lie about how much you hate Mike in this show, but you're still here? We've got beanies so you can do that in the cold too. Guys, what's going to happen when all these moms see you dropping your kid off at practice in this thing? Want to sip like a daddy and feel like a baddie? Check out that mug. 6-time NLL champ Johnny T and savior of my Buffalo sports childhood knows what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm really going to need you to start buying shit because I'm getting sick of doing Instacart. But yeah, go check it out so you can start repping and supporting the brand. Producer Daddy out.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reminder that when today's awesome show ends and you're getting your tickets to the game this weekend, get your tickets for less at tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.numbers12 letters OZ sports.com. You will not regret seeing things live with a peace of mind knowing you got your tickets for a great price. All right, it's now time for the baddest of the daddies, the freshest of the fits. We got to get to the snubs first of all for this week. The teams that just did not post because they love us here at Daily Dive. Saskatchewan, as always. I think they were the snub last year on the bracket. But thankfully this year there will not be a snub on the bracket anyways. Toronto Rock, nope. Halifax, nope, which is really disappointing. And that's the 3 teams that did not post. But let's get into the teams that did. First off, Calgary. Jesse King. One of those things where I had to screenshot the video, so I apologize to Mr. Jesse King, but this was a nice little polka dot thing. Not much going on here. Looks like snow or cocaine. We'll go with snow. Ryan Smith, Rochester Nighthawks. The only issue here, and I do like it, by the way, sponsored by proudly part of Brady Plus. There you go, wholesale distributors. Anyways, the so whenever you're tying your tie, Ryan Smith, next time just be sure to make the short piece a little bit shorter, and you can make this thing longer, and then put a tie clip on it. That way you don't have to worry about it being too short. You might have a big torso like me, so just make sure the long part is a little bit longer down to the belt, and then we'll be fine. All right. Hey, we should normalize this in the NLL. The players, and this is, again, the only reason why Dane Smith won it for the Bandits this week was Josh Berg made it tough. But Dane Smith was wearing his game kicks. So in addition to dressing well, he was also wearing the awesome shoes he was also holding the shoes he was going to wear. Which to me also creates a nice little style of its own. Hey, you like the black and white? Look at these awesome green Grinch-looking shoes. Yep. And he stole Rochester's Christmas. Mike Manley, Officer Mike Manley. I don't see much sweaters or sweatshirts, whatever that is. It's like a sweater thing. I don't see much of those in the NLL. So Mike Manley, Officer Manley. Good job, sir. Colorado, Mammoth. This is Will Malcolm always impresses with the suits, but can we just appreciate the liner of this suit? I appreciate when suits have the decorations. We've seen Tyson Bell wear the FAFO suit. We've seen quite a few nice liners, and those usually get me amped up. So appreciate Will Malcolm for doing well in that regard. Vancouver, we've got Marcus Claridge. Nice feed. This is not nice hair. I don't know why I said nice feed. Nice hair. But this was because he popped the collar. I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know if that's the way that thing is designed. But I like the popping of the collar. Nice belt buckle. We love a good belt buckle. He's wearing socks, which is a very good thing. But again, popping the collar, he's in his Elvis era. Or anybody you want to throw out there. And finally, Jacob Dunbar, the Ottawa Black Bears. Listen, this is their fault for posting something with a very low light video. And Jacob Dunbar, I'm sorry you're closing your eyes at this part. I think he's actually telling someone to like go this way. But that's, you can barely see the colors on this thing, but he was the best dressed of the players that I could tell. These teams for some god awful reason do not like me screenshotting their well dressed players. I don't get it. Wow. I appreciate that. Producer Joe, if you're on Spotify, said, my New Year's resolution is making sure I remember to tell Michael he's a good boy more often. Nice. And Hunter Smith, of course. Free sponsorships here. Hunter Smith says, Will Malcolm, a loading athlete. Those guys are always fire on and off the floor. Well, okay, cool. I'm at so many sponsors on the show that don't even pay us, so you're welcome for all of that. Free advertising. Remember to follow the team on our social medias as listed below. I'm not going to read them out, so if you're on Spotify, rest in peace. But yeah. Just remember to follow us, and also Daily Dive LAX on the social medias and YouTube, etc. We really appreciate you tuning in all early part of this season and last season, all of 2024. Thank you for being part of this show. Reminder, you are the bread, you are the butter, you are the, will I stop smoking? It's my New Year's resolution. I don't do that, by the way. For all of the guests that come on the show, whether it be before or those to come, thank you so much for giving us time out of your day and sharing your platform with us, giving us validity and relevance. For Bigo, with 2 eyes, who's always chopping it up and tapping it up on the social media, and of course, the baddest daddy in producing history, Producer Joe. I'm your host, Mike, saying have a great rest of your year. We'll see you next year, tomorrow, same time, same place, Women Sports. This has been Daily Dive. Bye.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.